Yo, what is up YouTube? I'm Blitz5 and this is going to be a old school gameplay commentary for Battlefield 1. So this is on the map, the Suez Canal, and I figured I would commentate over this gameplay because it's one of my favorite maps in the game so far, and I also had a pretty good game. I ended up kind of top of the leaderboards here, which is tough to do when you're playing Conquest mode in Battlefield, which is 32 versus 32. So let me give a quick background to what's going on in this map and why it's different and why I like it. So this map is a desert style map. It's on the banks of a river, but it's got kind of like this desert palm tree vibe, which is cool. But most of the battle goes on within these like city limits. There's basically two cities or two little areas, like town areas, and then there's a base, which is B in the middle, that's kind of protected by a sand dune. And what makes this map different from the other maps is normally there's like 4 to 6 points that you would be taking, like A, B, C, D, E, F, and I think there's even been like a G, and I think I've seen an E. So sometimes we're pushing like 7, 8 different points to take, but this map only has 3, so A, B, and C. And this isn't counting the 2 main bases that you would spawn at in the beginning, so each team has a base obviously where you can spawn that can't be taken. And this is also where you would get like tanks and big vehicles. If you know about Battlefield, you know all this stuff, but I figured I would just explain it just in case. And like I said, what makes this map different is only 3 points. So from all the maps that I've played, I think at this point I've played all of the maps. It took a while. There's a good rotation. It feels like, you know, there's a lot of different maps going on and it doesn't get boring. I'm not playing the same map over and over again, but I can say that this is definitely the smallest map so far that I've seen, at least, or that's came in the game launched. And it's got some pros and cons to that, but it's fun because you're always in the action. It's kind of hectic, and a lot of different playstyles work on this map. Like you can snipe, you can run and gun, you can still use vehicles. There's not a ton of vehicles on this map, which is nice because sometimes the vehicles can be overwhelming, as everybody knows in Battlefield. So going on to what's happening in the game, so I'm using the Assault class. There's the standard classes in Battlefield, and I'm really enjoying this game because the throwback to World War I, which everybody was excited to go back to World War I, and the boots on the ground, I say that with quotations, that's like a big thing in the gaming community to kind of keep things on the ground as opposed to, let's say, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, where people are going to be flying around the entire time. And I love Call of Duty, and I've always liked Battlefield as well. I played both growing up, so it's not really like a battle between the two, because usually I buy both of them. But this style, going back to the style, is really refreshing and a lot of fun to play. And it just makes it seems to me, it makes the game kind of more balanced because the tanks and snipers aren't super strong because they take forever to reload, and you actually have a chance fighting against them when you're playing in like the modern warfare. If someone's really good in the tank or the fighter jet, they're just blowing everything up. They're moving so fast. They're putting down so much fire that it's hard to do anything. So in this, you at least have a chance, and that's why I like it a lot. And I just cut a couple of clips here because one thing about the game is that these conquest maps or modes or game modes or whatever can take up to like 25 to 30 minutes. Sometimes it only takes like 10 or 15 minutes, but there's other games that take the full half hour, or I don't even know what the exact time limit here is. Right now it's counting down from 30. I think here was the last one that I saw, counting down from 29 minutes and 39 seconds. That's where I'm at watching the video. So I guess the maximum might be something like 30 or 40 minutes, but the gameplay can definitely be long. So I definitely can't record a full video of this like back in the day Call of Duty commentaries where you could just kind of talk over one whole video. So I had to splice and dice it up to kind of show like the most fun parts of the game. And one thing that I was doing in this gameplay, I posted a montage to this, is that in the game now, they kind of have these challenges, but they're kind of put in the game as medals, and you can equip the medal as you play, and you can actually change it in the start menu. I thought you couldn't, but once you hit start, you can change it if you switch from class to class. So in this one, let's say I have the Assault medal on, and it's called the Order of the Iron Star, and you have 5 objectives that you need to complete. So the first one would be, I think it's like get 10 kills with TNT, and then the second one would be get 10 kills with the anti-tank grenade. That's a tongue twister for me there. And that's the grenade that you see me throwing that's got the long stick and it almost looks like a ribbon of grenades on the top. But one negative thing about this is you have to do it step by step. Like you can't do it all together. So if you get a tank grenade kill before you finish the dynamite one, it's not going to count. So I was really focusing in these games to do that, so I could get that medal, and finally I earned it, and I have a lot of cool clips for me blowing up people with TNT and all that stuff. But then as this game was coming to an end and we were beating them pretty bad, I wanted to check out the sniper rifle because this map is like perfect for it because it's not too big. You can kind of hide over this sand dune and snipe. So I was kind of still learning the game, still learning all the different classes. One thing that I know that not everybody has noticed so far is that when you snipe, if you hit down on the D-pad, you can actually change the range of your sniper. Every time I mess with it, I end up doing worse than I planned. But I think the range is for how much the bullet will drop. So if you put the range really far, like 300 meters, and someone's pretty close, you might shoot over their head, actually. It's something I've noticed, which is interesting. So I don't know. I'm sure people who snipe a lot will get that down to a T, but it's also hard to judge like how far something is in the game in meters when you're playing, right? So I don't know. Be interesting to see. I don't know if this horse guy got me. It was close. So that's pretty much what's going on. Like I said, I like this map a lot. It's just, like I said, keeps everybody in the action and a lot of fun. And the sniping isn't too bad. A little hard. Battlefield sniping is always pretty difficult. I've also played as the support class and the medic, so I've pretty much played as every single class so far. The engineer class is basically the assault class. It's put in one, so if you want, well, it's kind of split between support now and assault. So basically, if you want to take out tanks, you have to be the assault class, which surprisingly not everybody plays as. It looks like most people are playing as medics, when back in the day most people played as assault. That was a dirty headshot right there. So there's a lot of medics going on because you get a lot of points for reviving, but the assault class is super useful because you need to take out the tanks as fast as possible because not that many people have rocket launchers or mines or anything like that. It's really the only class that's equipped to deal with it. So if you let the enemy team kind of go on a rampage, that's a sure way to lose. And then if you want to fix the vehicles, you have to switch to the support class, and then you could kind of fix from there. So they've split the engineer into those two classes. At least that's what I remember, the engineer being like Battlefield 4. It was kind of like the shotgun tank kind of class. Like you had a rocket launcher, but you could also fix tanks. They've like split that into two. I think I've said that enough. Anyways, had some awesome headshots there with the sniper rifle, just practicing on that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think. If you're enjoying Battlefield 1, if you're not playing it, this was a pretty good gameplay understanding of what's going on in the game. So if you don't like what you see here, then you definitely don't want to get Battlefield. But if this looks fun, then definitely pick it up on Friday if you haven't picked it up already, because that's when the full game will be releasing. So anyways, the long-winded commentary, a lot to talk about, but I like the game a lot so far. Really no complaints. My only main complaint would be the behemoth kind of events that happen in the game. So if a team is losing really bad, the train comes in, or the zeppelin, and the losing team can get in it and do a lot of damage. It's a little overpowered. I really like that it's in the game. It really helps balance the game out, but it lasts a little bit too long in my opinion, and I'll probably be making another video about that soon. So here in 1 second, I think I switched to the scoreboard so you could see the final score of the game. As always, thank you all for watching. I am Blitz5, and peace out.